Hi, and welcome to The Final Wake Up. I'm your host, Madison Palika, holistic health coach, certified heart math mentor, published author of a #1 Amazon new release, and creator of ebooks and courses that help you become the best you possible. I am passionate about bringing light to a world full of darkness and confusion. After becoming deathly ill, as well as severely anxious, and having doctors give me no solutions, I had to find my own way to health. I was mind blown by the things that I was finding, and I became obsessed with helping other people find health and happiness outside of the system too. I'm here to help you become happy and empowered so that you can also live a life full of meaning. You will love The Final Wake Up if you're ready to dodge the traps that this world has set for you. If you want more, you can head to my Instagram page at madison.palika. And now on to today's episode. Okay, hello, welcome to today's episode. I just want to mention that the format of this video is a little bit different because I am taking this recording from my Instagram live. So I actually did this live as kind of like a surface level exploration of my new course that I have out right now. It's called Quit Stalling Your Calling. And the whole gist of it basically is to be able to improve your health and well-being to the point that you can start to go forward on any callings that God has put on your heart with more power, ease, creativity, health, well-being, sustainability, you name it. It's now open for pre-sale at 80% off. Since this is the first time that I'm actually launching it, I'm just letting people in really cheap for pre-sale, and I'm giving you some cool opportunities. So if you sign up right now on my Instagram, you will technically be called a founding member. Basically, what this means is that you get to influence the future of the course. So if you go through it and you're like, this would have been so much cooler if you had this worksheet, or if you had some photos to download and save to my phone, or whatever it is. Maybe you're like, oh, this was great, but I wasn't very accountable, so you should do coaching calls with it. Whatever it is, you get to influence the future. So you tell me what you want, and then I'll actually implement it. So not only do you get to influence the future of the course, but any future upgrade that I make, you actually get it completely free of charge. So you get in at the lowest price possible, and you don't have to pay for any upgrades. You get everything for no extra cost. The next couple of opportunities or bonuses, one of my favorite Easter eggs is that I'm actually giving away a journal that I designed for free when you sign up. And then I have a couple of optional pieces where if you sign up, then at checkout, you can get 15% off of the Chef Mindset. And this is basically my ebook to healthy and quick and actually delicious eating. So it's called Chef, Simple, Healthy, Easy, Fast. And it's just going to teach you how to make healthy food in a way that it doesn't dominate your whole life and take over your time. Another optional benefit is that you can sign up to be an affiliate. So I just started using this. I'm super excited about it. Basically, what it means is that if you love the course, I can give you a link to share with your friends or your family or your loved ones, your Instagram following, TikTok, whoever, doesn't matter. You can send this link to them, and if they sign up for the course, then you earn 10%. So it's a cool way to make some passive income, but it helps me help you because you're actually earning passive income. And it also helps me help other people. I'm obviously, maybe it's not obvious, I don't know, but I'm facing some pretty intense shadow ban and censorship on Instagram, which is my main platform that I run my business. I just realized that doing this type of affiliate program can help so many people involved and kind of get me past that block of the shadow ban. And then it's more meaningful because you're sending it to people that you think would genuinely enjoy it. So kind of cool, optional. Founding member, free journal, an optional 15% off of my healthy eating guide called the Chef Mindset. You can download it online or you can print it also. The option to become an affiliate and earn 10% with every sale. So if you sell one at full price, let's say, you would earn $200. So just keep that in mind. Cheapest offer I am ever going to do. There's 2 payment options. One of them you pay in full just one time and you actually save $100. Or there's the other payment option where you can pay in smaller payments over time. So just paying in, Paying in installments. So yeah, enjoy the training. If you enjoy it, you can go to my Instagram to learn more or sign up there. I originally opened it up to 5 people and I only have 3 spots left now. And as of today's recording date, February 14th, happy Valentine's Day 2023. Hiccup for the day. But as of today's date, there's only 5 days left to sign up. So if you hear this, run to my Instagram. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you enjoy this training and I'll see you later. Hi guys, welcome to this video on Thursday, February 16th. This one I have titled Strength and Clarity for Prophetic Generation, or for an End Times Generation. And I'm really excited to talk about this. This is kind of the underbelly of my program and really the reason why I decided to create it in the first place. On the surface, it's fun and it's about finding your secret sauce and helping with your, natural holistic health. But it's more than that because it's all centered around Jesus. The purpose is to help you find your unique calling because we live in times that I believe, and I'm sure you believe, times that are very important, times that we need to be using our gifts and our skills and talents and our passions and everything as believers to be spreading the gospel and to help people who don't have Jesus in their life. So yeah, this is the spiritual underbelly of my course, Quit Stalling Your Calling. If you haven't heard about it, check out my profile. But yeah, this is just the why behind why I made it. Like the intention I had while creating it. And I'm just here to give it to you guys who are on fire for Christ, but people who are actually ready and willing to do the work. Like the Bible says, many are called and few are chosen. And kind of working in this field, I can definitely see that. There's a lot of people who are interested, but not a lot of people who will actually take this really seriously and take the steps you need to move forward, and make it real. So I want to work with the people who do want to make it real and who are willing to do the work as believers. Hi, Haley. So I just want to start off by talking about trust. And I just also want to say that this will be on my profile. So you don't have to stick around this whole time. You can rewatch it on my profile at a later time if that's easier. But yeah, I want to start off talking about trust because when you are in trust, you're calm and you feel safe. And for me, when I was in New Age, I really trusted the universe. It was super easy for me to trust the universe somehow. I don't know. But, it was the mantra that everything is always working out for me. And this impression that I had control over my life, which I now know is not really true. You do to an extent, but not quite the extent that you think you do in the New Age. And yeah, I believe that the universe is going to help me manifest my desires. And anytime I saw synchronicities, that was just my proof that, yes, the universe is working on my behalf. We're co-creating together. Universe loves me, blah, blah, blah. And I trusted it so much. I literally had the most delusional faith in this. But I really did believe. And so probably most of you out there that will watch this have gone through that same thing in New Age, and then one day you come to Jesus, and you have no idea who he is, for one. You don't understand the Trinity. You don't understand how it can be a 3-in-1 God. It makes no sense to you. You are probably confused about Jesus's significance. Why does he matter? What did he do? What's this whole thing with the cross? I don't understand why he had to die. What does the good news mean? And there's this whole list of other things. Like, you also don't really know exactly who to pray to or who's listening. You definitely no longer have control, or at least perceived control, over your life. That's a big one to give up. So you don't control your circumstances anymore. You're no longer predicting the future. And also you don't know this person that you're supposed to trust. So you don't know God, and you don't know his personality or his characteristics. You don't know how he works. But suddenly you're just supposed to put all your faith in God. all your heart, all your faith, all your trust, everything into God, but you still don't really even know who he is. And so it can be difficult to actually take this faith that was once, you believing in this deception, this false light, and then suddenly being able to fully believe in something else when you're still afraid of being deceived. So I really struggled with my trust and my faith for a while. Sometimes I still even do. I think everyone does. But, my prayers would be things like, please God, help me trust you as much as I used to trust the universe. And I knew mentally that I could trust God. I had been reading the Bible, listening to people's testimonies. I knew mentally that I could trust him. But there's a difference between knowledge and actual felt experience. So I knew I could trust God, but I hadn't really actually felt like I could trust God yet. I hadn't really experienced it and experienced him for myself. So I had to go through this faith building process. But in the faith building process comes the enemy. And the devil starts to give you these obstacles that when you were in New Age and you were following yourself and worshiping these false gods and the universe, the devil kind of left you alone because at that point, you're his territory. So he's not going to be coming after you in the New Age, but his duty really is with believers. So when you go from being on the devil's team to suddenly taking up your cross, you become an enemy. And you are suddenly, without you maybe even knowing, on the front lines of this war zone. And so the enemy sees you and starts to attack you. So you start getting these things like doubts and fear and nightmares, sleep paralysis, anxiety, depression, confusion, overwhelm, regret, guilt, shame, unworthiness, all of these different things that the devil just starts pummeling you with. And to kind of sum all of those things that I just listed up, the devil works to do anything he can to dysregulate you. So he is constantly planting these things in our path that take us out of trust. Like I was saying earlier, trust, this safe space. He takes you out of that safe space so that you're not in trust anymore. He shakes your faith. He makes you no longer feel safe or calm or protected, which is what, puts you into survival mode or fight or flight mode. He'll get you frustrated and flustered so that you start to enter into temptation and sin in our, human attempt to cope or to try and regulate ourselves or numb ourselves out to what we're experiencing. And really messing with our emotions in this way in our nervous system is the enemy's best attempt at getting us back on his team. Making us kind of lose ground or, just to make us dysregulated. But the thing is that all of these issues can come from our emotions being messed with. Because when we're in a negative emotion, we're more likely to reach for the temptations and the sins, the things that we think are going to make us feel better but are really vices. But we can create a better baseline for ourselves by making just inner regulation be our natural, automatic state of functioning. And this matters, especially today, and why I titled this as, the prophetic generation or the end times generation, is that we live in unprecedented times and our world is going crazy. Just in this past week, there have been 5 train derailments. There's been chemical spills. There's been fires. There's this whole biohazard, ecological crisis area going on in Ohio. There have been fires now, flying objects shot down in the sky, the Chinese balloons, apparently Chinese lasers in Hawaii, I think, skies last night. And on top of that, we're getting hit with the threats of aliens and nuclear war. And this is not normal. The world is not normal. The things that are happening now are not normal. And I'm sure a lot of you have the same inner sense that something big is coming and that this is not normal, but that things are really getting real. And it's because of all of these events that most of us were drawn to Christ in the first place, because we start to recognize and see this fulfillment of prophecy in our current day. Like, when it comes to the book of Revelations, it's written as riddles and mysteries. Like, a lot of people did not even touch or speak of the book of Revelations until just recently, because there were things in there that people couldn't mentally fathom. Like, I think it was Brother Dude Marty who was saying that the book of Revelations is revealed as the time comes where it can be understood. So, like, something that I think of is this idea of, like, the one world currency, where if you don't have this mark, you can't buy or sell. And it's like this idea that something could be digital and cashless and, you know, apply to everyone on the entire earth. Until probably just a few years ago, nobody really understood how that could actually happen. And, like, even the technology to make that kind of stuff happen, like microchips. These are fairly recent inventions. Like, if you tried to tell the book of like, people back in Jesus' day about the book of Revelations and all this stuff, they would have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And so now, ever since pretty much 2020 and the pandemic, people can finally start to imagine that a one world currency or a one world ruler might actually come about. So all of these things are going on, and it's just leading to this wave of fear and panic and confusion. And it's like, it's everybody, but it's believers too, or even us. We have more knowledge than others, but we don't know what's going to happen, really. Maybe people try to say that they do, but nobody really knows. No one knows what's going to happen, and we especially don't know when it's going to happen. So as believers, like, having in our head that things are going to get really, really, really bad, we're on high alert all the time. And that is so bad for your nervous system and just for your functioning and your well-being overall, because, one, fear turns off the critical thinking component in your brain. It actually turns it off. It switches it completely off. So you can get easily swayed or easily deceived by the things you're hearing. That's why the news is fear-based and constantly blasting, right? Second thing is that it decreases our immune function. So you start getting sick more easily and just feeling run down. You're getting sick more often. And obviously we all know that you can't go about life in an effective way when you're sick, especially not if you're getting sick all the time. And especially not if there's bioweapons going around. Please don't block me, Instagram. But another thing is that all these things combined, plus the fear on top, being in survival mode, is it drains your energy. And then you're just exhausted all the time. And the real question here is, how do you live out your calling to the Great Commission if you're tired all the time? Or if you're sick in bed? Or if you're scared and can't think straight? Or combine all of those things into one. You for sure aren't going to move forward in your purpose. You're not going to be able to be on fire for God and save souls the way that we should be, especially at this time. So it's so incredibly important to be able to shift yourself out of that and into this inner state of trust and faith and safety and resilience. Things like being able to be in stillness, being able to go slow, not being just busy and on the go all the time. And it improves your performance, it improves your relationships. But yeah, again, this spiritual underbelly where all of these health and well-being things are awesome, and I want that for you. I want you to be naturally and sustainably healthy and happy. But deeper than all of that is it matters because as Christians in this time, we have a huge job to be doing now. Like, we're clocked in. We're in the war. We're on the front lines. We are on the clock. You can't fall asleep on the job. And you can't give in to distractions and temptations on the job. Imagine watching porn on your job. Or like getting high or drunk on the job. Like, you would never do that. So why are you doing that on the job in your commission as a Christian? So we have to keep exposing the place that we work in, okay? This fallen world that we don't belong to. And at the time, it almost seems like darkness is overwhelming and like it's getting stronger and it's getting more frequent and more powerful. It's definitely getting more blatant. And if the darkness is going to get blatant and out in your face like that, why are we not doing the same? And some of you are, some of us are, but some of us want to be, and we don't do it because we're in survival mode. So yeah, we're not here to just, please people or brush past the voices of opposition. We're not here to comfort people or make them feel okay in their beliefs or their ideas. We are here to save their soul. We're here to secure their eternity, really, and to help them get on the right side before this place goes to hell in a handbasket. And, given this past week, all these current events going on, you never know what's going to happen. You never know when lives are going to be taken. So every single day, you should be treating it as if it's your last day. But also think of the people that you love in your life who are not saved yet. Imagine if this was their last day. Imagine if they died tomorrow and you had to live with yourself thinking they never accepted Christ. I knew him and I didn't tell them about him. Okay, it's serious and it's not fun to confront, but it's a real thing. So this is why it's time to make your spiritual calling a priority. And you can't do that really when your nervous system is in high alert all the time, looking for danger and trying to protect yourself, okay? So all this to say that what I've done to keep myself calm and focused and centered and like to be able to have that smart thinking brain turned on so that I can use my discernment and I can have clarity is that I keep myself grounded in the spirit by adding this natural, sustainable practice on top of my regular spiritual disciplines. So every day I'm in my Bible, every day I'm praying, pretty much every day I'm listening to worship music, even if that means it's Christian rap or Christian hip hop. But on top of that, I'm breathing and I'm making sure to regulate my nervous system so that the enemy can't drag me down into insecurity. So the enemy can't drag me down into anxiety or fear about the future or confusion or trying to physically prepare everything for the end times when really it's spiritually that matters. So I'm always keeping my nervous system regulated and filling my own cup or my own battery so that if something does happen, I have this energy to pull from, but I have this capacity to just bounce back so that I'm not, just being dragged into the fear and the confusion and the absolute chaos and drama of the current world. So if you will, I want you to do this with me. Put your hand on your heart. Just feel it beating for a second. And start to pay attention to your breath. So breathe in and out through your nose more slowly and deeply than usual. And this might test your patience or your attention span, but that's good because we need that. So we're literally just going to do this for a minute. I'm going to breathe with you. Try to breathe in and breathe out slowly and deeply. And try to inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds so that you've got this really even wave-like motion going on with your breath, with the inhales and the exhales. But then your heart rhythm actually starts to reflect that. And when your heart rhythm looks like this, it starts sending these beautiful signals to your brain. Your brain feels safe. Your critical thinking turns back on. It sends clear signals to the rest of your body. Your hormones start to balance. You start creating healing chemicals like DHEA. Your cells are being regenerated. All of this crazy stuff happens just from breathing. The breath of life. God breathed life into your nostrils. And I don't have a timer, so I don't know how long it's been, but feel free to keep doing that. Notice the difference that you felt just from stopping to take some deep breaths for that maybe like 30 seconds to a minute, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, I don't know. But so to kind of tie all of this together is we don't live in normal times. We live in this prophetic or potentially end time generation. A lot of us are feeling the heat and the pressure. We have to be able to keep ourselves filled inside so that we can go on and fulfill our calling and our mission and our purpose of bringing the gospel to the ends of the earth. So that's your friends, that's your family, that's the people that it's so uncomfortable to talk about it with, that you've avoided it since you've been saved. But if they were to die tomorrow, you would be regretful for the rest of your life. Okay, that's really the times and the situation that we're in. So if you feel like you're actually ready to start taking this really seriously, and like you have a calling, you know exactly what you want to do, but you just haven't actually taken the steps yet. Maybe you're confused on what you want to do. Maybe you're confused how to start or what exactly you need to be doing, how to get there, whatever. But you just know that you're ready to start taking accountability and to start taking this action in your kingdom purpose, to start saving souls and building the kingdom. Whew. Gosh, I feel like one of those like really like hyped up preachers. Anyways, if you're ready to step forward and actually start doing the work, please join Quit Stalling Your Calling. This is the whole reason that I made this program in the first place. It's the first time that I've ever launched it as a course so that you can take it in the privacy of your own home. You can do it yourself at your own pace. And you have access for the rest of your life. Like, you'll never get kicked out of this. But yeah, Preacher Maddie, that's how I feel, literally. But yeah, Quit Stalling Your Calling. It's open for only 2 more days. So it closes Saturday at midnight. And somebody just signed up. So 3 of the 5 spots have been taken, or in other words, there's 2 spots left. 2 spots, 2 days. If you sign up right now, you get this free journal. I made this basically saying that God ideas are greater than good ideas. Basically, not to trust your own self, but to trust God. And that's a huge part of this whole program and this process. But you'll also be able to write your thoughts in here while you go through the course. So I just thought that that was kind of a fun little Easter egg to throw in. Free journal. You also get founding member status, which means that you get to influence the future of the course. So if there's something that you wish was added in there, you just let me know and I'll add it for absolutely no extra charge. So if I upgrade this course 100 times in the next 5 years, whatever, you get every single upgrade for free, no extra charge, no extra cost. So that's amazing. Lifetime access. Another optional opportunity is that at checkout, if you're signing up, you can get my healthy eating guide. Just again, to go along with this whole like healthy living, well-being, healthy nervous system, you can use your food as medicine. So I have a healing food guide called the Chef Mindset. Simple, healthy, easy, and fast meals. That's 15% off at checkout. And the last opportunity is also that you can sign up to be an affiliate. So if you take the course, you decide that you love it and people you know really need this, you get to be an affiliate, and if you send somebody a link and they sign up, then you earn 10%. So this is my ability to help you, my ability to help you make some potential extra cash, but also to reach people past the scope of Instagram, and again, to get past that shadow ban and censorship that is so incredibly crazy these days. My Instagram story got 37 views in 24 hours yesterday, and I've got like 2,500 followers. So that's what I'm dealing with as a business owner right now. It's not the greatest, but God is good. He comes through. I've had 3 people sign up, 2 spots left. If you have any questions or comments, you can DM me. I'm going to be doing a Q&A session tomorrow and announcing a new bonus that I'm adding for just the last 24 hours. And that's pretty much everything. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Final Wake Up. I hope this episode sparked a flame in you to march forward in your journey for truth, health, happiness, and meaning. If you want to dive even deeper down the rabbit hole, go to my Instagram at madison.palika. If you want to talk to me personally, please send me a DM. I would love to hear from you. If you love this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave an amazing review. Bonus points if you share this to your story and write what you learned. Tag me in it so that I can connect and see how this has actually helped you. If you know somebody who would really appreciate this, or somebody who desperately needs to hear what I talked about in this episode, please send this to them. Together, we can bring light to this world full of confusion and help people thrive. Thank you, and see you next time.